Hey everybody, it's me, Alex Garcia, aka the COG, coming at you from comicbookclique.com to bring you the major haul. This week's books, because you know what day it is. It's the best day of the week, and it's time to talk about the new comic books that came out. And we got a mighty major stack of comics to talk about. Unfortunately, not too happy with a lot of them. Let's talk about them. Let's start in DC though with the good stuff. DC, we got Absolute Martian Manhunter number 6. Dennis Camp, Javier Rodriguez continue to just kill it on this book, guys. This is the conclusion to the first arc. This is now a 12-issue maxi series, not a mini series, and this issue finishes beautifully. The Martian just continues to burrow his way into the life of John Jones, and in this he gets an upgrade in how to deal with the White Martian, and the way that story is juxtaposed with what's happening in his real life is awesome. Dennis Camp, you keep killing on this book. Can't wait for it to come back because it's going to take a little bit of hiatus. Can't wait for issue 7. Awesome stuff. And let's stay in the Absolute universe. We got Absolute Wonder Woman number 11. Hayden Sherman and Kelly Thompson continue to kill it on this book. Hayden, like I always said about you, your art is always on point, and what I love about their art is you can show a person 3 or 4 different Hayden Sherman books, and it's, you won't believe it's the same artist. Hayden, amazing, and Kelly, the way you talk about Diana, the way you show that despite Diana's different upbringing in the Absolute universe, the way she maintains her level of heroism and the integrity of her character. And this issue is no different. So thank you. Keep turning out great stuff for Absolute Wonder Woman. Don't miss this issue. So let's jump over to Mr. Terrific now about Al Letson and Delandro. I can't remember his first name. But guys, great issue. What I love with this year 1 take with Mr. Terrific is that even though it's a year 1 story, it very much also takes place in the present, and it does matter for what's going on with all the current dark side stuff. So if you think this is something you want to skip, don't. And this has been a great series. I love learning more about Michael Holt's background, and I love how Mr. Terrific, because I don't know, maybe a certain movie has now mattered even more to the DC universe. Don't miss this miniseries, and Al, keep getting more work. Good stuff. Let's jump over to Marvel now. We got X-Men number 21, Jet McKay and Netho Diaz. Guys, this was a great issue. I had a lot of fun with this issue. The upstarts come back, and the X-Men really just rise to the occasion. It's a great action-packed issue. We got Juggernaut showing that he's still the Juggernaut, and I'm loving seeing that. Love seeing how the relationships are building between all these new characters. All the revelations of these new characters are coming about. I cannot wait to see where this goes, because now we're seeing that it's not just 3K, but also a lot of other things coming up in Jed McKay's story. The last 2 issues have really hyped me up again for X-Men. Jed, keep doing your thing on this book. Awesome stuff. Let's talk about Ultimate Spider-Man now. We got Jonathan Hickman, as always, but we got David Messina back on the guest art. A lot of crazy things have been happening in this Ultimate Spider-Man book, with everything that's going on with Venom and all the revelations about, Harry not being dead, and of course Gwen being a Mysterio, one of. And in this issue, Mary Jane takes things into her own hands. She's tired of being on the sidelines, tired of feeling like, why am I the powerless one of this group, of this quattro we have here? And she hands down puts it down, and I can't wait to see how she gets herself more entangled into this whole crazy story. Awesome stuff. Keep killing it on this, Jonathan, because now we got to talk about other stuff. Imperial War, Black Panther. We got Victor Laval, Jonathan Hickman, and Kafo. Guys, if you've been keeping track of Imperial, the Imperial miniseries has been great. So great that I was hyped to get into these one-shots. They're really not mandatory. You don't need to get them. So I'm going to tell you right now, save some money. Unless you're super into this and really want to know where Black Panther and She-Hulk fall into this, or you're really excited to see where it goes, because they did announce that the Imperial world is going to continue with a couple of stories. I believe there's a Nova book, a She-Hulk book. Is there a Black Panther? I can't remember if there's a Black Panther one as well. that these stories matter, I believe, for what's to come. Kind of lets you know where they're at right now and how, because, you know, we only got one more issue of Imperial. And after that, see where it goes. She-Hulk is stuck on Sakaar. Black Panther's trying to figure out what Wakanda and how Wakanda should be involved in the grand scheme of this new space imperium. You don't need to read these unless you really expect to stay in this world. Just gonna let you know that. And speaking of finishing off some crazy one-shot miniseries, we got Bring on the Bad Guys, Dormammu, Alex Packnadell, and Pena. What's his first name? And Javier Pena on this. This was a fun story. These stories have in general been fun because it's, I love just classic villains. I love bad guys who are just bad, who are just evil. None of these characters that, I'm a bad guy because of this and you should feel bad for me. No, these are just evil bad guys, and I like bad guys being evil. This story was a lot of fun about how Dormammu, you know, basically gets over on this guy who wants to never be harmed, and then how it plays into the bigger story behind Sister Sorrow. We start to see exactly why Sister Sorrow wants to get what she wants to get done, which goes right into, and this is one of the other things that I'm annoyed with, the second issue, the final issue of this series, to Bring on the Bad Guys, Mephisto, came out the same day. A lot of these $4.99 one-shots between the Imperial and this stuff, it's a lot on the wallet, guys. Marvel, get your scheduling tighter, please. But this was a satisfying conclusion, but I was really hoping for something greater, especially considering how Mephisto has finally showed up in the MCU. Maybe Sister Sorrow is going to show up in the MCU. I'm not sure. But this conclusion was overall satisfying. It's like I said, I enjoyed seeing bad guys be bad guys. Mark Guggenheim polishes off the story nicely here. And seeing how Sister Sorrow is able to kind of get one over on Mephisto, kind of fun. Do I want to see Sister Sorrow and other stuff? Sure. And let's jump over to The Thing, where we got The Thing by Tony Fleece and Justin Mason. Now, this is a fun story, guys. We got, you know, the Thing is trying to help his buddy save his niece. Everybody wants to get this girl before him. Kingpin is throwing tons of money at it, and now every D-list villain is showing up to try to make Ben Grimm's life a living heck. Juggernaut shows up, a bunch of other D-lister, not the Juggernaut's a D-list villain, but a whole slew of D-list villains, and then the revelation at the end that happens makes you kind of understand why Kingpin is doing what he's doing. Can't wait to see the conclusion of this next month. Good stuff. Tony, really appreciate you on this book. Thank you. Jump over to The Death of the Silver Surfer by Greg Pak and Kumar. Now, this is a story that's kind of waned on me. I was really excited for it in the beginning. Now in this issue, we get the Fantastic Four showing up. It's like, what exactly is happening? Kelly Coe, not really feeling this character right now. I will finish this series only because I believe this is going to have big effects in the Marvel Universe, especially considering it's the Death of the Silver Surfer. We seem to have Galactus still stuck in this cocoon. Let's see where it goes, but it's kind of on a downturn for me right now, guys. Let me know what you think. Talk to me. Let's jump over to Image with stuff that is exciting me. We got Geiger, number 17, Jeff Johns and guest artist Eduardo Pansica. Gary Frank, there's a little backup story in here. Guys, after the last issue, people are thinking Geiger's dead. Geiger seems to have been jettisoned somewhere far away. He's kind of going on his own side quest right now, where he seems to be depowered. What's going on with him? We don't know. Junkyard Joe is around. People are trying to figure out where to go with this, what's happening, how is this going to affect the entire landscape of this unnamed universe. Time will tell, but Jeff Johns has been absolutely cooking on this world, so I cannot wait to see where this goes. Don't miss it. Void Rivals, number 22, Robert Kirkman and Connor Hughes. Connor Hughes keeps doing his thing. The art, it really doesn't feel like it changed. And Robert, I can't wait to see how you take all of this and tie it into your upcoming Transformers run. In this issue, it almost felt like it was calming down, and then it just swelled right back up. Really loving Void Rivals. For anybody who is sleeping on Void Rivals, get on it. It's only 22 issues deep. Most issues I find read really, really quickly. The Transformers are high energy in this, and now we're finally getting the big thing that this world was trying to avoid from happening, it seems to be happening. How that's going to change the lives of the Transformers and the rest of the Energon universe, time will tell, but don't miss it. Check it out. Let's jump over to Dynamite, where we got the Herculoids, number 7 by, as always, Tom Stagnowski and Craig Rousseau. Craig, I think your inking or coloring on this issue changed. I was really starting to get into your art, and this issue, it seems to change back. But still a fun story. Love still seeing these classic Hanna-Barbera characters come to life on these pages. Tom, you really have a knack for the voices. You're really getting me into the deeper story of these. Just, they were 15-minute cartoons, and now they're 22-page comic books. Good stuff. I really like the another villain. I'm like, was this a villain from the cartoon? I don't really remember, but I'm liking how this villain is changing how the Herculoids have to deal with things, and the twist at the end. Good stuff. Can't wait for the next issue. And let's jump over to Mad Cave. We got Speed Racer number 2 by our boy David Papose, and with art by David Tinto. Guys, the first issue was a great reintroduction back into Speed Racer. I gotta say, David, are you on a quest to just revitalize all these classic old properties? I mean, you're killing it on Captain Planet. This has been great. What you're doing with Space Ghost is fantastic. And this issue, after what happened last issue, I couldn't believe how much faster, which I guess fits the story of Speed Racer, you just take us into the story. It's high octane, it's straightforward. You get all these characters showing up, and you get lots of nice twists in this. And Racer X, can't wait to see how he's going to keep getting involved. This story's a lot of fun. It reads fast, it goes fast. Go Speed Racer. Good stuff. Thank you, David. And let's polish it off with Minor Arcana, number 10 by Jeff Lemire. And Jeff is on the art because he wants to tell the origin of Mr. Bud St. Pierre. This new character, he kind of introduced it late into the story. This is the story of Bud in jail and why he's in jail and why that is so important to our main character. This was a great story. Love seeing Jeff back on the art, and I can't wait to see how Bud gets more entwined into this mystery that is happening in this town with all this magic. Great stuff. Minor Arcana, don't miss it. Check out the first trade if you haven't gotten any of the issues. You can find it for a great price right now, guys. Great stuff. And that's what we picked up today here for the week, for the best day of the week as always. Guys, like, share, subscribe, comment below. Let me know what you thought. You've seen this week, I was kind of just annoyed with these $4.99 one-shots. Some of them just didn't seem to matter. Some of them fell flat. Let me know how you felt about them. If you're enjoying them, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it everywhere. Talk about it on our Facebook. Talk about it on our Instagram. Talk about it on our YouTube. We're all over the place. Let us know. Guys, thank you as always for taking the time to watch this and to be a part of this with me. And always remember, keep print alive. Read more comics. Thank you, guys.